without having the knowledge or the wherewithal or the information to make an informed decision of their own. You know, and I think there's a lot of those type of people, and so the real message gets convoluted. It's like when black people throw the race card out there, it gets thrown out so much that when an actual racist situation happens, people are less likely to pay attention.
Exactly.
Because they're so used to that shit. You know what I mean? And they're so used to bullshit that when some real shit happens, it's like they're not paying attention. So with me, I just try to see it. I try to see the pros and the cons and then make my own opinion on it. But I get so confused because there's so much. I know there's corruption. There has been since fucking Jesus left Chicago. And it just blows my mind, you know. And then there's too many people.
Jesus left Chicago.
I'm still going on that. I'm like,
don't worry about it. So, with me, there's just so many people.
Are you comparing Kanye West to Jesus? I know, that's what I thought, but like,
that's Jesus.
You say that, and I'm thinking with Jesus walks and Kanye's from Chicago, right?
Just like yesterday.
So he moved from Chicago. He went from Chicago to New York.
Just like yesterday, bro. Just like yesterday. You stretching?
I'm just checking.
No, but
I've never heard that term before. Jesus left Chicago. Is that?
I'm just saying, for a long time. It just means a long time. Anyway, I think that I don't understand why people just can't. If both sides have America as their main interest, we want to make Americans and America like even for everybody and all this other stuff. There has to be a common ground. I don't understand why they can't find a common ground. Like people are like, fuck it, Trump won, shit, 4 years, let's see what happens, and then after 4 years, revote. And then get somebody else in there and see what happens. Nobody's going to be a perfect president, and by far, I'm not saying he's a perfect president. And again, I don't have enough information to make an informed decision either way. What my main concern is, how come people can't sit down like we're doing and be like, look, the common ground is America has to be number one.
It's great, yeah.
What's great for the American people? If you can find a common ground, why can't people just sit down and be like, okay, I think even if there's a difference in opinion. Like, I think the country should be ran like this. I think the country should be ran like this. Okay, find a medium then. Because all you're doing is setting examples for Americans to argue with each other. Because shit rolls downhill. That's just what it is, man.
Well, we can't find common ground until we can actually have these conversations without the left looking at the right and saying, you're racist. You are xenophobe. You are like me, I don't know exactly where I sit as far as the wall thing. And I've heard good arguments for the wall, and I've heard good arguments against the wall. But the fact of the matter is, you can't then just say, because you think that we should put up the wall, you're racist against Mexicans, you hate people. Like, that automatically makes it so we can't have a conversation.
Or anybody that's
painted me as I'm not.
And that's the biggest part of the problem. Like, anybody that's against the wall is automatically a criminal.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. Like, until we can stop throwing these terms at each other. But it's always the left who starts this game. You don't want the wall? You're a fucking, you're a racist.
I think that's a pretty bold
biggest
statement.
I mean, show me an example of when the right.
I think it depends on who's. When Obama was president, the right was throwing shit all over the place, constantly, daily. It depends on whoever.
I don't understand. Like, shit about what?
Birth certificate. Shit. Okay.
I mean, there supposedly are some things wrong with this birth certificate. I don't know.
Supposedly.
Yeah, well, supposedly they didn't get stamped.
Well, Trump is supposedly a racist too.
Or whatever. Like, well, I'm just saying, like, there are legitimate things. Yet again, credit where it's due.
I don't think
you look into it. There was some things wrong with his birth certificate. Not that I think he's not an American citizen.
What was wrong with it?
Supposedly it wasn't stamped by the Hawaiian state or whatever when they issued it or something, which supposedly unvalidated. I don't know the full extent. It's been a while since I looked into it, but supposedly there was something wrong with it.
Supposedly there's a whole bunch of shit.
That doesn't then make him not a U.S. citizen. I agree with that, but I think we should be able to talk about the facts of a matter without it getting muddled or becoming like a crazy
agree.
Or a conspiracy theorist or a
My point was that we can't just say one side always starts it, because both sides always start it. Both sides are always.
But I'm saying if there was something legitimate there versus the wall, like, you can't just say you're a racist. Like, how do you prove somebody's a racist? You can't do that anyways. I can say anybody's a racist, and unless they are signed up with the KKK, I can't prove that. You know? So it's like, that's different than a smudge or a not stamp on a birth certificate. That's different. But I'm willing to concede that the right may do those things as well. It's just from where I'm sitting, I see it far less. And even in these hard things, I don't see conservatives or the right calling liberals racist, sexist. I don't see them shutting down the conversation.
I see a lot of hatred towards liberals daily.
I see hatred, yes, but I don't see them shutting down the conversation.
Is the hatred justified? The hatred is it's not justified at all. When someone says the wall to me, my personal thought on the wall is this. My very first thought when I even heard about this wall shit, right? My very first thought was, okay, is he building? In my opinion, I don't think he wants the wall built to keep all Hispanics out. I think he just wants to keep out the illegal ones, the ones that don't want to do the right thing.
That's exactly it.
Come into America, do what you got to do to become an American citizen, and then live your life.
Yep.
I think personally, and I'm not defending him because I don't have an opinion either way. My personal opinion is, if I was going to build a wall, it would just to be, and I would make it very clear, I'm not building this to keep out Hispanics. I'm doing this to keep out the illegal ones, the ones that want to come here and not do it right.
Then
you know what I'm saying? There's
why don't we build a wall to the north as well?
But the problem is we can't sit down to even get to that point. Right. We can't sit down and be like, nobody has said, well, why do you want to build the wall? I haven't heard not one person.
No, people are saying it every day.
Trump,
you're not watching
why
the
do you
news,
want to
bro.
build the wall? I don't. That's true. But I would think I would see it because my dad watches that shit all day. It's on the TV, and I'm like, oh, this is giving me a headache. But I just don't get why tempers flare so fucking fast, man. If people would just sit back and analyze the situation and
take
say,
a deep breath.
Let me break it down. Let me try to understand what's going on. No one wants to do it. Nobody. It's like, oh, you voted for Trump. You're a fucking dick.
Exactly.
Fuck you. Get out of my house.
How can I have a conversation at that point?
Wait a second. Why don't you ask me why? Not me personally. I didn't vote, but just a person. Ask that person why they voted for that. And if they don't want to tell you, then that's another thing. But if you talk to somebody who's willing to actually sit down, not arguing.
Good morning, YouTube, or afternoon, whenever you're watching this. Good news, we're doing a weekly giveaway on our YouTube channel for Amazon gift cards. All you gotta do to enter is like the video, give us a subscribe, and comment below. The more comments you give us on the weekly videos for that week, we go Monday through Sunday, the more chances you have being entered, basically. So I'm gonna go through whatever the most creative content is as far as your comments go, and I'll pick a winner, and I'll send you a gift card. It's pretty simple. Free money. Who likes free money? I know I do. Subscribe. Have a good day.